All right. Hey, you guys. I'm Alison Male. I'm a director out of Michigan, Alpena, Michigan, super tiny town. Like, if you know Michigan, we're like right up here. Nobody knows where we're at, but super small town. I grew my business very heavily off of parties. Like, I will preach to the choir about parties because that's how I went from starting in September of 2021, not even a full year ago, to director of March of this year. Like, I fully believe that parties are the heart and soul of your business, no matter what stage of your business you're in. So I'm going to show you what my basket, can everybody hear? I'm going to show you guys what my basket parties look like. And you can do these however fits you. This is just what has been working for me. And I did get a lot of these. Oh, hail, cool. A lot of these ideas I have taken bits and pieces from other people in Scentsy who are successful at this, and I just tailored it to make it my own. So feel free to do the same, and I hope that you get something from this, ask questions along the way, and we'll answer them at the end. So again, I'm Allison, director from Michigan, not been in Scentsy even a full year yet, so I'm still learning as I go. However, we're gonna talk about bag parties. So first thing I want you to do when you're getting a basket party together is know your purpose. So that sounds really basic, but why do you want somebody to take a basket or a bag? Do you want them to get free Scentsy? Like, that's the end goal. But also, you're expanding your customer base, you're expanding your business, and you're growing your business by doing this. So this is the perfect way for them to smell Scentsy, see, feel, touch, experience Scentsy on the go. Number one, which is huge, especially when you gotta think summer months. People are not sitting on their phones. They're not sitting on Facebook. They're not sitting inside scrolling. Like, they're outside, they're moving, they're having gatherings, picnics. So a bag party or a basket party is absolutely the perfect thing for the summertime because people are out and about, they're mingling, people are getting together more. So why not give them one of your bags and say, hey, share this with your friends. When they order, you get free, you get credit towards free product. And that's really what I do with my bags. So I think for summer, this has worked out really well for me. I just pushed out 6 bag parties in the last week. Yes, 6. And I did it all out of like one set of testers. So you don't need tons of testers. You don't need tons of product. You just need like really one good set of testers, some samples, and I'll show you what all goes in my bags, but keep them very simple, but very intentional. You want somebody to look at one of these bags, which this is what my typical bag looks like right here. You want someone to look at this and be like, what the heck's in that bag? I want to see. And I very intentionally, again, everything's about intention with these bag parties. I use a clear bag. I got these off Amazon and I can share the link with you guys, but I got like 4 of them in a pack for, I want to say like $12 or $13, but clear bag. People are going to be curious when they see what's in it, what's on it. And this is just basically like somebody babysitting your bag for a week. So that's what they look like. And that's my purpose. Get your host free stuff, expand your business, grow your customer base, and make this easy as possible for your host. Because a lot of times people right now don't want to sit on Facebook. They don't want to host a party in their house. They're just too busy for that right now, which I get. So it's okay. We're going to compromise with a bag. So in your bag, I want you to remember more is not always more. Don't feel like every bag party has to have a full set of testers, tons of wax. Like, keep it very, very basic. I'm just going to go through and show you what's in this. Always, first and foremost, catalogs are the staple. So I include 2 to 3. You definitely want a full size catalog in your bag. That's a no-brainer. And then I always stuff like 10 to 15 order forms in here. Make sure everything that is in this bag is labeled. You want every single thing that they pick up to have a label on it. So if this is sitting in a break room, this is out and about, and someone's like, oh, what's this? Your info's on there and they know exactly where to go. Always have your catalogs and order forms. For testers, if you want to take a set of testers and you want to like stretch it out and do lots of bag parties with it, do like 10 to 15 testers per bag. This specific bag, I packed a lot in here. It was for my real estate agent. So I loaded it up for her. But all I did was I got these little clear bags from the Dollar Tree, and you just stick testers in here. And I grab like a little bit from each category, stick them in here. They have a good variety. So don't ever put scents in here that aren't available because that would just be like a tease. So I only put scents that are currently available, and keep all your old testers every transition. Keep them, because like I have a ton of like the basics. So these are like all extra and I can use them for multiple parties. So bag of testers, 10 to 15 is plenty. If you have lots of testers, you can put a lot in there, but again, like you don't want this to be an overwhelming experience for your host or anyone looking through the bag. So this is a little bag of testers I have here. This specific bag has 3 of those bags, but this person that hosted this party was like a Scentsy like veteran. She knew Scentsy, so I loaded her up, but as many as you want. Don't feel like you have to like chock it full. Testers, catalogs, order forms, like that's your staple right there. Anything else is really going to be extra, but I always include in my bag parties, and it's kind of like my incentive. I will do scent of the month. Also, I'll do, this isn't the bar of the scent of the month, but I'll do a bar of the scent of the month so that they can see it. Because if someone picks up this bag and doesn't know what a Scentsy wax bar is, I know that when I first like tried Scentsy, it was immediate like click for me, the quality difference. So you want them to know what a bar of wax looks like. You want them to see it. You want them to be able to like open it up, take it out of the clamshell. I always tell my host, keep this bar of wax, use it, warm it in your space. Like I want the host to take advantage of this wax bar and use it. Again, everything has a label. So if you're enrolled in Scent Warmer of the Month subscription, that is perfect because you're going to get excess. You're going to get like, you know, multiples of the Scent of the Month. So use those in your bag parties and then always include your special, your flyer with the monthly specials so that they know like what's on sale this month. What is the deal? That's always included in the bag party, no matter what. And then personally, I really like to include one of our fan products in my bags because I think that people flipping through the catalog, like when they get to this fan system page, they're going to either be like, that's really cool, or they're going to skip right past it because they don't know what it is. Not many people know what a Scentsy pod is unless you show them. So I usually throw in a pack of pods. Again, this is just stuff I have laying around, always labeled. And then if I do have extras of the mini fans, I will throw a mini fan in here and I'll tell them like, plug this in at work, use it. That way they can experience what the fan products are like. There's a pack of pods already here, ready to go. So you're going to have people that either love the fan products or like their wax and warmers all the way, but give them the option to see like what they might like. And for summertime, these are so good to be promoting because people are on the go. So I throw this in there, and like all this stuff, like I will get this for free by cashing in host rewards, like perfect. So I stock up on these for my bags and then just use what you have. Like, even if it's, I don't know, like a room spray, I'll throw a room spray in there. It might be used. It's fine. It doesn't matter. They're just using it for a tester. So whatever you have, put in your bag, keep it simple, but make sure that they're, you know, it's attractive. You want it to be like an attractive looking bag where people are going to be like, what's in that bag? So you're supposed to be in bed, sweetie. All right. So we got a visitor in here. We're going to roll punches. It's fine. So okay. So anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. Room spray, I will throw in there if I've got extras on hand. Again, just use what you have. Like, don't feel like you have to go and like spend a ton of money on bag parties because you absolutely don't. And then for like the outside, of my bag, thank you, Ed. I always tie a scent circle on here. I tell the host usually, I always tell the host to keep it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But this one, like, hey, go see grandma, okay? Go see grandma. I'll get her in a minute. So I always do a scent circle on my bag because I want the host to experience like Scentsy in its fullest. So I'm like, hey, go put this in your car. Like your car's gonna smell amazing. So they get a scent circle, I tie on the bag. And then again, this is if you have extras. And I think this is a fun extra. I will put a buddy clip on my bag. So this is just fun. It's a fun way to promote, number one, a product that a lot of us probably don't talk about enough. Like I don't talk about the kids products all the time, but if you have this on the bag, someone's going to be like, that's really cute. And it smells good. So if you can do a buddy clip, a scent circle, make it fun, make it cute, but don't make it overwhelming. And then something recent that I've just started doing because I thought that it would be good for anybody putting orders in on order forms is I have a laminator, which you don't need a laminator to do this, but I just went and like, this is right out of the catalog. It's our bundle and saves. So I make sure that when I tell my host, like when I'm going through this bag with my host, I'm like, this is our bundle and saves right here. You want this to be in their face because this right here is number one, an upseller for you. Everything in here, like, why would you want to take an order for 2 bars of wax when you can take an order for 3 or 6 bars of wax? Like all spelled out. They're looking here, they're seeing the deals, how they can save money. So I always keep this in there so it's quick, it's accessible. Yes, it's in the catalog, but no, not everyone pays attention to it. So I just have extra of these. I throw them in there. And then super optional, I have a new release sticker sheet that this is just out of the workstation, but I have my new releases on here. So that's optional, but sorry guys, she's gonna be in and out. Yeah, use what you have. Like, you don't have to spend a ton of time putting these together. The main thing is they have stuff to smell, they have stuff to touch, they have things they can use. Thanks. And then if sometimes, like, I will, well, not sometimes, usually I'll throw in samples too. So like I'll do just what I have on hand. I like to throw in a full set of laundry, like whiffs, Scent and Soft and liquid. Like I want them to have the full experience in there. And I'll tell the host, like, hey, wash.
I already smell the paper.
That's fine, sweetie. I will say wash a load of towels with this laundry, these laundry samples, and tell me like what you think. So I want them to use the samples. I don't want to ever get these bags. Go with grandma, okay?
I don't want
Here, take these to grandma. Take them to grandma, let her smell them.
Okay.
Okay, go take them. You guys can smell them together.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I never want them to return my bag
And let me get this.
with samples left over. Like I want these samples to be used.
Pick that up
So
and put it in.
I will again just put my samples in something like this. And say,
Let me see.
I'll write a note that just says take one. So like if I have counter, whatever's on hand, if I have counter clean, I'll throw one of those in there. If I have body care, that's all thrown in there. Right now for me, the easiest thing because of life and just being so busy is laundry and body care. I get them off the consultant store, throw those in there, make sure everything's labeled, boom, you're ready to go. So you don't have to have like everything for a bag party. You just have to be intentional and make sure that like people can experience Scentsy. So that's really it. Like you just need the basic things. And even if you don't have like a clear fancy bag, totally fine. You don't need one. It's a fun extra. So that's my basics that go in my bag. If I have any like little extras, like my monthly newsletter, I might throw that in there. Definitely you want a business card. But like, I don't go crazy with flyers, brochures, because if you put too much in your bag, it's going to get overwhelming. And the person looking through that they're going to see bits and pieces, but they're not going to spend a lot of time on what they need to, which is the catalog. Like you want this to be the star of the show right here, along with your monthly specials. So these are really the two main things, catalog. So make sure that this is like front and center. When I give this to my host, I'm going to literally pull the stuff out of the bag and I'm going to walk her through it. I will tell you, if you just drop a bag off to someone and be like, here you go, they either are not going to look through it. They're not going to know what is what. They're not going to know what to take. They're going to be confused. So always like take the stuff out of the bag. Say like, use these samples, share them, smell the testers, use the bar wax. Like host coaching is huge here because this bag is either going to make you money and it's going to get them free product, or it's going to sit in somebody's office. It's going to sit in a break room forever and it's not going to do anything. And then it's kind of a waste of everyone's time. So make it worth your while, make it worth your host while. I've had a lot of these hosts request that I do a Facebook party, like in conjunction with this. And I'm okay with that. Like I'll never tell somebody no, but I really have been pushing lately, like, let's just do a bag. I don't even offer the Facebook portion of it because I think it kind of defeats the purpose of like keeping it simple with just a bag party. Like I want them to share this. I want them to bring it around. Like the more this bag is out in people's faces, the more orders they're going to get, the more new customers you're going to get, and the more free stuff your host's going to end up gaining. So it's a huge part of it is the host coaching aspect. So always make sure they know what's in there, what they can take, what they're keeping, and just ultimately stress like, hey, the more you share this stuff with everybody and the more orders that you collect and return to me, the more free product you're going to get. So you can have people fill out order forms if that's easiest for the host. If your host doesn't want to mess with order forms, they just want everyone to order right from your website, make sure they have their online party link, which every host is going to get no matter what. But say, hey, share this link with your friends. Text it to them. Tell everybody you know that sees this bag, hey, this is the link to order. It's really just about word of mouth, getting it out there, making sure people know what the bag is, that they have it, and that this is like a little on-the-go party. So make it fun, get your host excited, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like not all of my bags are just done up. Sometimes it's as simple as a little bag with testers, catalogs, order forms. That's it. It does not have to be all out, but if you already have stuff sitting around, use it. Like I'm not using this room spray, so I'm going to put it in my bag, and this could be a good seller for somebody, and it's Luna. So like when I put stuff like this in my bags, I'm going to put like a popular scent that comes in a lot of things. So like Luna, to me, this is a really good one because number one, Luna comes in pretty much any product we sell. It comes in body, laundry, comes in pods, wax, like all of it. So Luna, beautiful. They're going to use Luna. They're going to fall in love with it. And then when they decide that they fall in love with it, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that comes in laundry or that comes in body. So intentionally put like scents in here that come in multiple products, but also make sure you have like new and exciting stuff. Because if you have someone pick this bag up that's known Scentsy forever, they're going to be like, oh, I already know that. So make it fun, mix it up with new and like, classics. And that's really it. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy and crazy. So I will try to push out from any time around 4 and 6 bags a month. Lately it's been a little less. Getting parties booked has been a little more of a challenge, but that's not stopping me, because if you're not booking parties, you can't let the no's like really get in the way of booking those parties. So if I can do 4 to 6 a month, push them out, that's amazing. I love to do that. I will let the hosts keep them anywhere from a week, 2 weeks. My one just had this bag for like a month, which that's not ideal for me, but whatever. Like I'm not super picky about it personally. If they're going to keep my bag longer and they're going to collect more orders and benefit more from keeping my bag longer, I'm not going to fight them on that. Like it doesn't matter. I let them keep the bags however long they need. And yeah, and I've never had an issue getting one back. So that's what I do for those. I try to get as many as I can out, because these testers are not going to make us money sitting at home in our offices. So get them out, get them in people's hands. Okay. So booking tips, like how are you going to book these bag parties? I will say that I very rarely ever ask somebody if they want to book a party. That's not the language I use. It's very rarely the language I use. I want you to think of it as talking to them very casually and saying, hey, you want some free stuff? Who's going to say no to free stuff? Very rarely anybody's going to say no to that. They're going to say, yeah, how? Okay, so take one of my bags for a week, share it with your friends and family. And if you collect orders, you're going to get, credit towards free and half off products. I don't ever come out of the gate saying like, hey, you want to book a party? You need this, and this, and this. Like, don't spill all the details in your initial like conversation about booking the party, because they're going to freak them out. Like if I get a long Facebook message, it's like this long, I'm like, nope, peace out, I'm done. Keep it super simple. Like, hey, you want some free stuff? You want to borrow one of my bags for a week? It has testers, samples. You get to try out products. Like it costs you nothing to do this. 9 times out of 10, they say yes. Sometimes they say no, and who cares? Move on. Like if they don't want to right now, it's not a big deal. But don't let the no stop you from asking people, because you never know who's going to come back out of here with a $500 bag party. It does happen. So one thing I will share with you guys that worked really, really well for me, and this is how I got 6 different parties, 6 different bags out last week alone, between last week and this week, is I threw up a post and I said, who wants to be a product tester? Like I went in my stories and I was like, I need 4 product testers. And I had people like messaging me. I posted it in my VIP group, and like I had 6 people. I think it was even more than that. And a few of them didn't want to, which was fine. But I said, if you want to be a product tester, I will give you a bag, share it with your friends and family, and it's going to have samples in it that you can keep. It's going to have testers, share it with them. Tell me what you think. It's going to have a bar of wax in there that you can use. Again, just like the simple concept. I did spin it to do the bring back my bars. I put bring back bar scents in there to like as part of my incentive this month. But if you didn't have bring back bars, that's not super like necessary either. Like you don't have to have certain things, just product tester who wants to try Scentsy. And then I incentivized it by saying like, if you have, which this is a personal special, you can't, I would never post this because it's out of compliance to post this special, but I told them all in private, I said, if you have a $200 party, I will gift you a $25, I'll gift you a mini warmer, any mini warmer you want for free, which of course, like I'm going to use the perpetual party reward. So I'm not paying $25 for that. And then I said, if you have $500 in orders collected, then you'll get to pick any $50 full-size warmer for free. So yes, that's a little out-of-pocket expense for me. That was my choosing, but I think in the long run, it's going to expand my business more if I'm getting $200, $500 parties. Ideally, $500 parties are where you want it. It's more beneficial for the host, and it's more beneficial for your business. So always push for 500. I don't ever like let somebody stop at 200. That's just not smart. So I incentivize it. I have people being product testers for me right now. And none of that was booked. None of those parties were booked by saying, do you want to book a party? I simply said, do you want to be a product tester? And they were like all over it. Like, heck yeah, I want free stuff. So I've got 2 hosts right now with qualifying parties, just started last week, just by taking one of my bags to work, and it's gotten me new customers. So just be creative with how you're booking, and don't feel like you have to send paragraphs and lengthy, like, no, don't do that, because it's going to freak them out. Guarantee you will freak them out. So super simple. You want some free stuff, you want to try some products out, you want to take one of my bags to work for a week. And if you need ideas for like, who am I going to come to for this? Always use your current customers, like always use them as your starting point. Look at who's ordering from you frequently, who's spending money with you. Say, hey, like, do you want to get your next order? Do you want to try to get it for free or half off? Like, do you want to like get some free stuff? You order with me a lot. Or if it's a guest from someone that's doing a party, you can go to them and say, hey, like, you know, your friend Kelsey, she just had this bag party and she's getting some free Scentsy. You know, do you want to try the same thing maybe next month, or, you know, whatever is good for them, and see if they're interested in doing a party that way. So you can use, like, just be very smart and think outside the box of who you're asking, and be intentional about asking these people, because if they're already shopping with you, it would be silly to not offer them to get free stuff. So yes, these people that are product testers for me right now, and a lot of them are not like frequent orders, but that's good for me. So like, don't feel like don't think that just posting on social media is going to book your parties, and don't think that just one-on-one is going to book your parties, because it's a good mix of both is what you want. So if you're like running out of ideas for who to ask, if your customer base is like drying out with people having parties, or they're just not wanting to, try people like your nail tech. My nail tech, she was one of my very first bag parties I ever did. Brought her a bunch of stuff, like probably way too much stuff. It was when I first started. She, I'm not kidding you, had a $1,200 party because she was sitting with people all day long, sharing my Scentsy stuff with them. So hit up your nail techs because that's going to be like amazing business for you. And they have people in and out all day long. Hairstylist, doctor's office, vet's office, dentist's office, school teachers, coworkers, family, friends, like anybody you can think of. Like, it sounds very basic, but like, you can always do a list of 100. Always like be revamping that list of 100. It never ends. Like, you need to constantly have a new influx of people. So use that, work off of that. If you get a whole bunch of no's, don't stop trying until you get some yeses. That's really what you have to do. If I stopped booking parties at my first no, I would not be a director. So, and that's just the truth of it. And then remember, with these bag parties, every single person that has this bag, they're basically like playing consultant for however long they have your bag. So these are perfect people to potentially recruit. If they like have a bomb party and they're doing so well with this, and they're getting all these orders and they're having a blast, then this is like your prime time to be like, oh my gosh, you are killing it. Like, this bag party is doing so well. Have you ever thought about joining and making, you know, the commissions off this party and earning free Scentsy for yourself as much as you want? And like really selling them the joint opportunity. If they do well with this, then that is like ding dong, like they're going to be a perfect consultant. Light bulb should go off in your head. Because they're basically being a consultant for a week by selling the products. So, and sharing them. It's not really about selling, it's about sharing. So like, when I first joined, I had my little Scentsy tote that came in my join kit, and I took that to work. Had all my testers, had everything in it, and I was just sharing it left and right with people. And that's like how I really grew my business. So whether like this is going to a like whole host, or you just take this wherever you go. Like, if this summer, when you guys are doing family functions, parties, barbecues, you're going in and out of work, like pack a bag like this for yourself and take it in and out. And you don't have to like walk through the office or like at your parties and be like, hey guys, look what I got. But if you have this, like, somebody's going to be curious. Like, people are so nosy. They're going to say like, what's that? And then you can tell them, oh, this is my new Scentsy scents that I got, or these are some testers. You want to smell them? Like, always let the door be open for you. So don't limit yourself. Like, a lot of times, like when my family would do gatherings recently, I would bring my testers and catalogs. Like, I would just like nonchalantly throw them in my purse, and I would just like bring them out. And they all know I sell Scentsy, so they're always asking me about it. And I could be like, yeah, you want to smell? Boom, right there, ready to go. And then whether this is like, you know, this is going to be for yourself, obviously at this point, if you're carrying it around yourself all the time, then that's just going to add up to your own reward. So like, don't ever close an opportunity for yourself. Carry these bags around yourself. Make sure your customers know that you offer this, because a lot of people don't even know what this is. Like bag party, best party sounds stressful. It's not, it's so easy. So make sure they know how easy this is, how fun it is. Post in your stories. Like when I'm handing these out, which I've been bad about it lately, but take a picture of it and be like, can't wait for my girl to get her bag. Dropping off bags today so that my girls can get free stuff, or however, but make sure that people know that you offer this, because a lot of consultants like don't work their business and people don't know that this is an option. Like there's a lot of consultants that are just, hobbyists, and that's totally fine. But like, you want to be the one that stands out, and you want to be the one that people are like, yeah, did you see her bag? Like she does this for her people. So, yeah, keep it simple. Use what you've got. Don't spend a ton of your money on doing this. This is just stuff I have. Make it fun. Coach your host. Coach your host as much as you can. Make sure they know what's in the bag, what they're using, what they need to share, and just have fun with it. And then always remember, like, if they are doing amazing with their party, try to flip them at the end, because a flipped host is forever income. And I say that because it's what I've been taught, and it's just true. Like you could take that $500 in sales, or you could recruit that person, they hit shooting star and they just started up a business successfully. So don't be afraid to flip those awesome bag parties. If you guys got questions, let me know. I've seen a few pop through, but yeah. Yep, they're from Amazon. The bags are from Amazon. I will get a link for you. They come in a 4-pack, I believe. So super easy. Super, super easy to get.
Oh my gosh, this was amazing. I love this.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, I posted in my story who wants to be a product tester. So we're on it.
It was a game changer. Like I had so many people like they were interested in it, and it had nothing to do with a party. My story was nothing to do with a party. So product tester, and I actually got like that lingo from Myra, doing her hand soap thing. I'm like, I'm gonna do that for parties, and it worked. Like I got 6 booked easy, and there are people that don't ever like just come to me for that kind of stuff. So
I love that. That's great. Yeah, because I think we've all struggled a little bit with parties. So I think that's great verbiage. I love that.
Yeah, it worked. So I wanted to share it with you guys because it definitely got me getting parties done this month. So
yeah. All right. Any other questions that we have for Alison? I know my internet is being funky. Jen said this month is hard. Last month was good for us.
So you basically just say, like, I need more product testers in your stories. And also, trying to think what the other question was. I know this may be a silly question, but I do not have the scent of the month. Do you just put like whatever bar you have on hand, like in your bag, or?
Yeah, use what you have. It can be anything. Just make sure it's not like a retired scent. Like I would never want to put something from like last catalog in there that isn't in this catalog. Just make sure it's current. And if you don't have scent of the month, it's not a big deal. I will usually use that as like a really like small incentive, but anything like just so they can feel and touch our wax. Because I think like anybody can I heard about Scentsy for years and I didn't care. I was like, whatever, I get my wax at Walmart, until I literally held Scentsy wax and like broke it apart. And I'm like, this is not the same. So you want them to be able to like, if they're not going to touch anything else, make sure they can touch some wax. So
it's true.
Yeah.
I love this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. There was a question. Oh, so it's a fun story. I mostly do these local. I wouldn't send something like this size out in the mail. This is way too much. It would cost a lot, and that's just a lot of product to be like sending out for me anyway. However, I did take a bag, probably just a little bit bigger than this. And this is actually, I recruited this girl. She joined from doing this, which was really cool. So it was a bag like probably this size, maybe a little bit bigger. I put like basic catalog scents in, like Sunkist Citrus, Sweet Day, Jammy Time, basic scents of the actual testers. And I'm like, whatever, I'm going to send these to her because I think that she's going to benefit. She was already wanting to join. So to me, it was worth it. Catalogs, order forms, I think maybe a couple samples. And I got the bag at the dollar store. So I was like, start off, she can keep the bag. I don't care. And I sent this to her in the mail. It cost maybe $3 or $4 to ship, but she ended up joining after getting that bag in the mail. So you can send these out. I just would tell you to not send stuff out that you like absolutely need to get back unless like you really have a good relationship with them, because you might not get it back. So it's a risk, but like in my case, she joined and she's a lead consultant in the group. So like it worked out really well for her. Just use your good judgment.
That's a good advice. Sorry, I was like, what's the word I wanted to use? That's good advice. I've heard of other people sending out samples during the summer. So instead of full testers, they do like small samples too. Wax samples.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't send out test